That's the Alamo. And this is the Toshi 5-liter sling from Rework. Let's talk about it. What's up, friends? If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not, welcome back. I am John, and this is UnPack'D, a place where we unpack all the details about your favorite bags, EDC, and travel-related gear. In the world of slings, we have a new challenger.
Here comes a new challenger!
That's right, we have a new player in the game, and that is the Toshi 5-liter sling from Rework. Now, some of you may already heard of Rework. They hit the scene last year with their Kickstarter campaign with the Reset modular backpack system. I got a video coming on this at a later time. This is no longer on Kickstarter. It's available for sale on their site. More information on that in a future video. But today we're talking about their latest offering. It is, again, the Toshi 5-liter sling. And here it is. So, if you don't know about Rework, no worries, I'm going to put you on right now. Rework is a San Francisco-based company, and they have a mission of building highly functional, versatile gear that has a low-key vibe, real urban-inspired gear. So I think it's important for you to know that going into this walkthrough and review, because that's going to help you understand some of the design languages and some of the design choices that you're going to see here. So full disclosure, Rework did send this link to me for me to test and review, but this is not a paid video. This is not a sponsored video. Any links that are down in the description are not affiliate links. I don't make any commissions. I don't make any money from this video. But if you do want to support me directly, please consider hitting like and subscribe, as that helps grows my channel and it helps me keep bringing these awesome reviews to you. And if you really want to support me, my Cash App is $. All right, I'm going to hit you with the tech specs right here. And as you can see, this 5-liter sling is actually pretty lightweight. And I hope you like black, because that is currently the only color that it's available in at the time of filming this video. But do note that this is a compressible sling. So while it does have a wide base down at the bottom that can easily compress in when not fully packed out to maintain its sleek profile. Now this sling package is going to run you $89, and for $10 more, you can add on a stabilizer strap that's not included. Okay, I will see you over at camera number 2, and we'll do a full walkthrough of the interior and exterior of this Toshi sling. So going over the basic aesthetic of the bag, my first impressions were very much like Air and Evergoods. It has that simple, clean design language. No logos anywhere on the front, no logos anywhere on the back or sides. Now, this bag is manufactured in Vietnam, and I have many bags manufactured there. That area of the world seems to be the epicenter for high-quality bags being made at scale, and this one is right on par with the rest of my Vietnam bags. There were no loose threads right out of the bag. And looking at the design, some of the things that I was looking for are these attachment points. You see reinforced bar tack stitching at every single attachment point. At the ends of the zippers, all reinforced bar tack stitching. So those are the kinds of things you want to look for if you're looking for quality in the bag. Is it reinforced? Is the stitching reinforced? Is the stitching straight? Do you have a lot of loose threads? And everything that I saw from my initial impressions right out of the bag is A+. Really good quality. The bag felt great. No loose threads. High quality bag all the way around. So the primary fabric used on this bag is a 420D Mypan Regen material. Mypan, not quite sure how to say that, but it is 100% recycled nylon. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, I have many bags in this 420 material. I'm up to about 9 different items and different variants of 420. And my favorite thing about 420 that it is the perfect blend of water resistance, abrasion resistance, weight, and the ability to not collect dust and pet hair. This material is super easy to clean. As a person with 5 dogs, my stuff gets dirty when they jump on me, and I like that I can take a damp cloth and easily clean this material off, no problem. It's one of the reasons I love this material, and I have so many pieces of gear in some sort of variant of 420D. So going back to my comparison to Evergoods, Evergoods also uses a 420D material on the outside of their CTB line. So if you're familiar with those bags, it's going to feel somewhere along the lines as that. This particular sling is going to have 4 zippered compartments. We're using number 8 YKK zippers all around with the DWR coating. That's going to give you a little bit extra water resistance, but ease of use without having that extra tension of using like an AquaGuard zipper. This particular zipper up front on the quick access pocket does have a zipper garage. The front compartment does have this rain flap for extra water protection and kind of just like a design element to break up that front. The main zipper compartment is using dual zips. Here, as you can see here, you have 2 zippers. It is the only compartment with 2 zippers. And then you have the security pocket along the back. These zipper pullers are like some little Hyperlon material with the little bar tack stitching in the center to kind of keep that in place. I've had no issue in using this over the last 2 weeks. On the sides of the sling, you're going to have 2 external lash points for you to clip on some extra gear or anything else you want to clip on. On the back of the sling, you're going to have multiple connection points to set up this strap in any configuration you want. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can also connect to the latch points like I did for an offset configuration of the strap. Down at the bottom, you have 2 external lash points here, and that's going to be for your removable, stowable compression straps, which we'll get to here in a second. On the bottom is that ghost pocket I was telling you about. It's held together by some magnets, and that's a place where you can store the compression straps. Now, these compression straps are removable, but if you want to have them on your bag, you can leave them and they stuff into this ghost pocket and closes up with magnets. Now, there is no zippers, no nothing, so it's kind of just best you leave those for the compression straps. I wouldn't store any other gear in there as they could simply fall out of the bottom. It's kind of meant for those straps, and I would leave it for those straps. So for the strap on this sling, Rework chose to go with the 1.5-inch basic nylon strap. Now, my initial impressions out of the box, I was a little bit disappointed as I wanted to see something a little bit more premium, like this seatbelt material, a lot smoother, a lot better looking. But in practice, when I was actually testing this sling, because you can really load it up and it can carry some weight, I found that this basic nylon strap has a little bit of texture to it. So it was able to grip my shirt and keep the sling from swinging around as much, versus if I had this smooth material with the weight of the sling, it would be sliding around everywhere. So I was actually glad that it had this basic nylon strap, as it proved to be more functional in real life, even though you sacrifice a little bit of the aesthetic of the seatbelt nylon. Now for the hardware, they're using Woojin no pinch buckle. Now admittedly, I can feel the difference between a Woojin and a Duraflex buckle, but that's more so because I'm a nerd who stares at this thing. Even though it doesn't feel as burly as a Duraflex buckle, I have lots of gear that uses Woojin stuff, and I've never had anything from Woojin fail on me. Up top at the attachment point, you have this Hyperlon material with a reinforced bar tack stitching that goes back to the quality. Real good. That's what you want to see. This strap is removable, so you can orient this into a left hand or right hand sling style. And the buckle being at the far end, that's what you want, because this allows you to carry the sling with a backpack. So this buckle doesn't land in the center of your chest when you have it swung around, or it's not in the center of your back when you have it mounted on the chest. So real comfortable to wear the sling with the backpack. Real key feature there, seeing this buckle off to one side, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, it's not going to land in the center of your back or the center of your chest. Diving into the interior of this bag, when you open up that front pocket, it's going to reveal that 210D ripstop nylon interior. Now, this is a gray, it's a nice color, so you can see all your contents down at the bottom. You're not staring into a black hole. And this 210 ripstop is going to be similar, it's going to be almost the same as Evergood. So if you're familiar with Evergood's bags, that 420 outer and that 210 denier inner is almost the same as an Evergood's bag. I really like this material. I like the contrasting color to find all my stuff. Really good looking stuff here on this inside of the bag. It is PU coated, and so is the outside PU coated. So those double PU coatings is going to add to the overall weather resistance to this bag. On the inside of this front pocket, you are going to have no organization. You do have this loop here as an attachment point for some additional gear, but it is pleated, and this pocket puffs out quite a bit, and I love that. It can keep bulkier gear in there. Now, one of my favorite things to carry is this Anchor rechargeable battery. It is big and bulky, but I don't go anywhere without this. This is so good, and I found this to be a perfect spot to keep my Anchor battery, some extra cables in case I need them, and of course, you know, your boy don't go nowhere without a snack. I get hungry. It keeps it real. Don't want my blood sugar getting low. Now, moving up to the next zippered pocket here with the zipper garage, this is a quick access pocket, and it's going to be really similar to a quick access pocket that you will find in like a backpack. So I treated it as such. Chapstick, eye drops, sunglasses, perfect spot, plenty of room. Keep those quick access items right up there. Now, diving into the main compartment, you do have those dual zippers there, and I really like these zippers, real smooth, and they come away all the way around to the side, almost to the halfway point. It's going to give you great access to the inside, and the bottom opens up there really wide to allow bigger bulkier gear to sit down at the bottom, and it can compress because it's pleated if you're not carrying such gear. Now on the inside, this top piece here is the pocket for your quick access, so your items are going to hover or float up top here. Along the back, you are going to see some Toshi marketing there and the Rework logo right there. It's the only branding you're going to find anywhere on this bag. Along the back, you have 4 mesh pockets. You have 2 that are suspended on the top, and then the 2 on the back that go all the way to the bottom. So the way the bag is laid out, the contents from the quick access pocket are going to hover up top. The bulkier item you're going to load is going to sit down at the bottom. Now this is my 20-ounce Mir water bottle. That's going to sit down at the bottom. Quick access hovers up top. You have these 2 floating pockets here that are going to stay on top of the bottle. And you have these 2 pockets along the back. They're going to go all the way down to the bottom behind the bottle. So everything is going to sit in there layered like a sexy lasagna, like a sexy curry lasagna. This is super intelligent, super well thought out. There was a lot of engineering involved in this, and it's really, really thoughtfully laid out. I have never seen a sling take in consideration the way your contents are stacked into it. Again, like a super sexy curry lasagna, everything is laid out really, really well. So that bottle is going to sit down at the bottom. Your suspended pockets can easily hold your AirPods on this side. It's not down at the bottom competing for space with that bottle or getting lost behind that bottle. On the other suspended pocket, I keep my mission case with my vitamins from Ikigai right there. Again, not fighting with the bottle down at the bottom. Now these 2 mesh pockets on the back do run all the way down to the bottom, and I found that I like to carry my tools and my slimmer items in those pockets, so they were perfect to keep longer items like my flashlight. Do have my pocket knife and a pen. Can easily fit on those back pockets there. Now, I am so glad there are not dedicated pen slots. I like a place to put my pen, but don't tell me where to put my pen. You know what I'm saying? Dedicated pen slots, I'm glad they're out. Just give me a place where I can add a pen. So as you can see, I can use this pocket for whatever I want, or even I can keep a field note. Again, making the pockets really versatile. Instead of having dedicated pen pockets where I can only use them for certain things, just give me a pocket that I can use. So everything is coming together real nice in this sexy lasagna. Pay no attention to my pen markings up top here on the liner. That's my mistake. I forgot to click my pen and I got a little wild in here. Along the back of this sling, you have a padded sleeve here. And the back panel is padded with this padded sleeve here, and this is going to be for your devices. Now, you can fit an iPad mini, you can fit a Nintendo Switch, you can fit those pieces of gear in there. I normally don't carry electronic gear like that when I'm doing it in sling mode, but for me, I had my retainer case, and I had my dental floss and my other pieces to my dental kit for my Invisalign. That's what I tucked along the back there. And looking at the binding, you see some more of that bar tack stitching. That's going to be the inside reinforcement to those external latch points. Again, high quality all the way around, super impressed. Now, so along the back here, you are going to have a key leash here with an aluminum key clip. Now, while I like the key clip, I wasn't a big fan of it in this particular spot. It didn't really feng shui. It didn't really fit in my sexy lasagna. But, aha!
Aha!
The key leash is modular, and you can remove it. You just pull there on the knot, and you can easily take this key leash off and move it to any of the zippered compartments, because every zippered compartment does have an attachment point for said key leash. That's right. Burger King, baby. You can move the key leash anywhere you want of these 4 compartments. Here, 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 and the one we're going to get to on the back security compartment. That is awesome. Burger King, baby, your way. But for now, we'll leave it where it stands. I'll keep my keys in there. Toss those in there. And that's it for the main compartment. This lasagna is ready for the oven. So moving over to the back side, you are going to have the security pocket, as I like to refer to the one that lays flat against your body. You open it up, you are going to have no internal organization in there. You're going to have the same lining. There's your attachment for your key leash if you want to keep it along the back here. But this place is best for your flat items, best for your wallet, some cash, and your passport fits perfectly down in this pocket. Now, one additional feature of this pocket on its inside lining, you have a spot for a smart tracker, an AirTag. That's right, you can easily add your own AirTag or smart tracker right here to keep track of your sling in the event it does get lost. So this is what a fully loaded Toshi Sling looks like on me. Now I choose to wear it a little bit lower, and I do have it in this offset configuration using one of the sternal lash points. Again, you can configure this thing in multiple different carry ways to carry it more angled, left hand, right hand use. This is just what I found worked for me. So this is fully loaded. For reference, I'm 5'10". So the fact that this 5-liter sling can be really loaded, it can become quite heavy, but I'm glad they chose to use this 1.5-inch strap here because I felt that it distributed the weight very evenly across the entire shoulder here. So I didn't get shoulder fatigue and I didn't feel like the sling was weighing me down. It's one of the most comfortable, heavy slings that I've carried in a really long time. So like I mentioned earlier, I was initially disappointed in not seeing that premium seatbelt webbing style strap. In actual real world use, this strap proved to be way better because it has that texture and it was able to grip my clothing a little bit and keeping this heavy sling with the full water bottle in it stable. But it's not so grippy where you can't easily swing it around to the back when you need it to. And it holds everything in place real nice. And if you had that premium seatbelt material, I felt like I would have been constantly fighting it every time I took a step that this sling was going to swing and reposition itself. So again, actually having the basic strap turned out to be a really good benefit. So one cool little add-on feature is this stabilizer strap. It is going to run you 10 extra bucks, but if you cycle commute or you ride a bike or you simply just don't want this sling to move around on you, you might want to think about picking it up as be a great little add-on. It does attach to the same attachment points as your compression straps. You can have both mounted together at the same time. And when you're not using the stabilizer strap, you can easily store it in that ghost pocket along with your other compression straps. So sometimes you have days where you just need to carry it just a little bit more. You still have those external compression straps hidden in that ghost pocket. Even with the fully loaded Toshi Sling, they're easy to deploy and attach. Now, I will admit to you, they are not hard to attach by any means. It's just a little slotted D-ring here that you have to attach to the lash points. But it does take a little bit of practice to use them. Now, I feel myself, and this was only the third time that I have actually used them. Again, not hard by any means, but it is going to take a little bit of time to get used to attaching those points. But being able to remove them, being able to stow them away when not in use is such a handy little feature. You are going to run into a situation one time where you're going to need to carry something on the outside, and you're definitely going to be glad that they're there. Getting into some of the pros and cons, the likes and dislikes of this Toshi Sling, here are some key things that stuck out to me. Comfort. Having this 1.5-inch strap was very comfortable. It distributed the weight across my shoulder very easy. And this sling can get really heavy when you're carrying camera gear, when you're carrying that fully loaded water bottle. This was very comfortable to carry for long periods of time. I didn't develop that shoulder fatigue. I think it's really well laid out. And the fact that you can adjust the strap and configure it to best fit you is a great feature to allow it to adjust the sling to fit your comfort level. So one cool little feature that I really enjoyed as well is that modular key leash. Having attachment points in all 4 zipper pockets, allowing me to move that key leash to best fit my carry is awesome. That allows to the versatility and the customization of this bag, along with that strap here, how you can dial it in. Again, all allowing this bag to be more versatile and more customizable to the way you carry your things. My overall favorite feature of this thing has to be that intelligent pocket layout. The way that everything layers in there like a sexy carry lasagna is just super smart. I love that I can utilize the full capacity of the inside of the main compartment without feeling crammed or like feeling like everything is lost in there. There was a lot of thought put into that and the way that that's designed. Hats off to the chef. I think you nailed it on the pocketing. My initial impression is that there wasn't enough pocketing, but in actual real world use, I find it to be super efficient. I've never used anything like it. I'm super impressed. Again, hats off to the chef on that one. You cooked it up really well. Even though I really enjoyed my time with this Toshi Sling, there are some things that I found missing. And the first thing is a carry grab handle. Time and time again, I find myself reaching for the sling and doing this number and not having that handle there. Now, that might be more of a me problem because I am a samurai user. That samurai is my go-to sling, and it has a carry grab handle here. And I didn't realize how much I actually use that handle until I started using the Toshi. When I sit out of my car, I throw the Toshi over on the passenger side. And when I'm getting out of my car, the first thing I would do is reach, and I didn't have that handle there, and I found myself grabbing the sling just like this. So I think for me, in a version 2, I would really like to see a simple webbing there, just something to grab that sling. If you have it tucked down into a backpack, if you have it sitting over in the passenger seat of the car, you want to reach over and grab it by that sling instead of having to do this little number. It just didn't feel really good. I really wish I would have had just a simple handle along the top there. So one additional feature I found missing was a loop field. Now I'm not talking about loop field in the front for patches. I really have liked to have seen some loop on the inside of the bag. Along this back panel here, it's like a tech sleeve. It's padded on both sides. It's meant for like an iPad mini or a Kindle or something to that effect. But I don't normally carry something like that. Having this backside, stitched with loop would allow the versatility of me adding my own personal organization in my pouch, some Velcro organizers that I could purchase off Amazon so I can add additional gear. This sling is large enough to conceal carry, but there is no loop on the inside. So if you do or were to conceal carry, your item would be bouncing around in there. So I really would have liked to have seen some loop along the back, especially since I don't normally carry an iPad mini or a Kindle or anything like that. Again, I just use that pocket to put my dental stuff, but being able to add additional organization with some hook and loop accessories would have been a nice little touch on this sling. So some closing thoughts on the Rework Toshi 5-liter sling. I think it is a tremendous offering from the company, especially being their first dedicated sling right out of the gate. This is going to be a home run. Between the balance of price, materials, and overall aesthetic, I think they nailed it on this one. Now, so from an aesthetic standpoint, it doesn't really move the needle for me one way or another, but I think that's exactly what they were going for. On a crowded subway, in a crowded airport, this particular sling is going to blend into the background. It's going to sink into a sea of other black bags. And I kind of call this urban styling, this sleek, minimal design language, urban camouflage. This thing is going to blend in to their surroundings and not bat an eye. But that's exactly what they were going for, and I think they nailed it. Because of its sleek, minimal, urban camouflage design, this is going to be an amazing choice for travel. It's going to be a great choice for everyday carry. One of the cool things about this Toshi Sling is that it borrowed a lot of my favorite features from the UnPack'D Samurai and kind of took them and made them their own. Yes, these bags are kind of similar shape. They both have compression straps. If you see my videos in any capacity, you know that I've climbed to the top of every mountain and confessed my love for this UnPack'D Samurai. And now, while my personal finances have withheld me from trying all the gear that has come out this year, out of all the stuff that I have tried this year, I can tell you without a doubt, the Toshi 5-liter sling is my favorite piece of gear that I tried. That's right. Not my favorite sling that I tried this year. It is my favorite piece of gear that I've tried so far in 2024. We're coming to the close of the end of the year here, and this thing has been phenomenal. The first sling from Rework shot all the way up to the #1 of my 2024 list. Again, I'm not paid by the company. That's my honest opinion, and I would never, ever, ever tell you that unless I truly believe that. This thing is awesome. It's super functional, very versatile. You can dial it in to fit your comfort and carry. It's just amazing. And I can't believe that this is the very first offering from Rework on a dedicated sling. Who knows where a V2 could go from here. So as always, I would love to know your thoughts about the Toshi Sling down in the comments. What do you think for 89 bucks and all the features and the customization that you can do to this sling? Do you think it's worth the price tag? I certainly do. But again, at the end of the day, what do you think about it? Did you pick up the Toshi Sling already? Are you using it? Please, if you have any questions about the Toshi Sling, leave me a comment. I always respond. But I want to know what you think of the very first sling offering from Rework. In my opinion, it's a home run, but I would love to know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on my next review.